Hi, and welcome to today's lesson. Today, we're going to be learning about hair types, your single drawn, double drawn, super double drawn. Then, for all of this is all in the human hair category. In my previous videos, I've talked so much about hairs, know your hair type, your synthetic, your hair blends, your human hair. And many people have come to ask me the question, can I be able to tell what hair is what from just looking at the picture? Yes, you would be able to tell as you continue to follow your knowledge in this, as far as this business is concerned. So the more you touch hairs, the more you get to know about hairs. When you see a picture of a single drawn, you would definitely know this is a single drawn. It's very easy to differentiate between human hair and synthetic because synthetic is very shiny. Once you see it, it looks like it's like a rubber, right? Once you roll you touch it, it gives you this stiffness, not really stiffness, but it's like rubber like kind of material. You clearly feel that this is not hair, and the smell when you put it to your nose, it smells like rubber. Or another best way of knowing is performing the bond test. One of these days I'll come here to perform it, but so many people have tried that. You can just really search on YouTube or on Google how to perform a bond test to know what type of hair you have just bought, or maybe just to get more knowledge about hair types. So, but when it comes to human hair on your skin feels very soothing. It's not itchy, it's very comforting, and it's refreshing. Meaning it's not itchy. It doesn't make you want to, even when the weather is very hot, you could, the weather is hot, you want to take it off, but it's not so terrible in a way that it begins to irritate you. Human hair does not irritate your skin, except if there's a particular product that was used on that hair that is irritating your skin or causing the irritation on your skin. So if you have a human hair wig, and for some reason every time you wear it you have the irritations, like you notice small boils on your forehead or around your neck area, is because not because of the hair itself, but because of the product you have used on the wig. Which is why I continue to encourage you that every time you buy hair from somebody, from any vendor, whether me or any other vendor, always ask, how do you maintain it? Some people are quick to tell you how to maintain it, like I do. I'm always very open to tell you how to maintain it because I want it to last for you. But some people are not. So always come out to ask them, please, how do I maintain this wig? What kind of product should I use on it? And what kind of product should I not use on it? Okay, so we're going to first of all be looking at the single drawn, and we're going to progress like that, in that manner. So I have all of the wigs right in front of me, and we'll start with this. So how do you know a single drawn hair? Let me just show you before I say anything else. So one way to know a single drawn hair, can you see this from this video? You can notice the very short hairs that are coming out from this video, right? I had to put the light on so that you can clearly see it. You can see that right from even somewhere around here, you can notice the short hairs. Short hairs are all these strands. Can you see? Let me see if I can hold one. Do you see one? Do you see another one that's coming out? Single drawn wigs or single drawn hairs have plenty short hairs in them, which is why at the top they appear very full. Can you see? At the top it is very full, and as it goes down to the bottom it thins out. It thins out because you have fewer longer hairs than shorter hairs. So before you come into my DM and say single drawn is not good hair, just watch this video again. Single drawns are human hair, still very good human hair, but are cheaper than the double drawn and super double drawns because they have more short hairs than longer hairs. You may think you would never need a single drawn hair until it's time for your big day, which is your wedding. For most women, their big days are their weddings. Single drawns are the most most hairs that single strands are very flexible, because all of those plenty curls, all those styles, all those different ways you want to pack your hair, a double drawn and a super double drawn cannot do it for you. And many of us want to wear very, very long hairs. We want to buy 30 inches because of the way we want to roll up the hair. So single draws are flexible. If you get super double drawn for it, what happens is that it's going to be really bulky, and your stylist may struggle a lot with, you know, wrapping it round and giving you that snatched and sleek look or output that you are looking for. So if a stylist is telling you buy 30 inches super double drawn, except you want the hair to flow, I really don't know what you want to do. But when it comes to bridals, when it comes to all of those plenty packing styles, especially for bridal styling, single double drawn, what am I saying, single draws are your best bets. Okay, also single draws make your hair really look natural. If you lose your hair now and you comb your hair, look in the mirror and just touch your hair from wherever it is to the tip. You will notice that your hair has the exact look like a single drawn. It is never full from start to finish. It may look afro-ish, but if you really want to see what it looks like, retouch your hair and try this experiment. You would see that your hair is more of a single drawn than a double drawn and super double drawn. But most people always trim their hairs because they want their roots to be, the tip of their hair to be thick. So some people's tips are fuller than others, but this gives you the most natural look. And yeah, that's it about single drawn. So when you ask for a picture, just look closely for these things. It's going to smell the same way. It's good 100% human hair, just that it has more shorter hairs, and from the top is fuller, and as it gets to the bottom, it thins out, just like you see in this video. Can you see? It thins out as it gets to the bottom. So that's the difference. That's double drawn. Now let's look at that's single drawn. Let's look at a double drawn wig. Okay, no, sorry. So this is a double drawn wig, but when you look at it, it is very, very full. The reason it is very full is because it is 300 grams. So what's going to be the difference? Can you see? Did you notice those plenty short hairs like in the single drawn? Mind you, these wigs were styled eons ago, so it's not something that was styled today, and that you start saying you cannot see any strands. So these were not styled recently, and I purposely left them that way so that we could do this video and you could see it live. Do you notice that the shorter hairs are not much like you saw the other time? Can you see the roots? Can you see the tips? This hair was not in any way cut. It was not leveled. If you look very closely, you could notice the different layers. Can you see that? So this is 18 inches. See, this one stopped somewhere here because it's at the top, and you can see another one stopped somewhere here before the very last one that gets to this point. So you can see the tips. Again, double drawn, people prefer that to the single drawn because they have fewer hairs. So you may want, if we're giving a ratio, we would say single drawn has about 60 to 65% of short hairs, right? And then 25 to 40% of long hairs. Then for double drawns, we could say it has about 55% short hairs and we could say it has 45% short hairs and then 55% long hairs. So they still have short hairs, but not like the single drawn. Does that make sense? So as it also gets to the bottom, it's going to thin out, but not so much. And with a double drawn, if it is short and you trim off those tips, people could mistake it to be a super double drawn. Now your question is, how do I now know when I am buying a wig, a short wig, for example? How do I know whether it's a double drawn or a super double drawn? It cannot lie. When it is a super double drawn, it is bouncy. When you are buying a short super double drawn wig, It is very, very full. You cannot miss it. If you are just starting and you maybe probably want to go to the market, right, or you're in a place where you can literally touch it, just ask them to give you the super double drawn and still ask for it. Excuse me, for a double drawn. The super double drawn is very full. It is almost equal with the top. Like from the top to the bottom is almost the same fullness. It is very, very full. You cannot miss it. And if you're looking at the picture, just look out for the strands. Just watch out for the strands and look at the bottom. This bottom is not exactly scanty, but it's not exactly full on its own. And if you want to compare it with this, can you see? Can you see how the bottom of this looks? It looks like something you just want to use scissors and trim off, unlike this one. So yeah, then the last one for human hair we're going to talk about is the super double drawn. Super double draws. Do you realize when I said? Do you remember when I said is bouncy? Can you? Ouch! Can you see? Sorry. Can you see how this is? But because it's a short hair. Now, one thing that I'm going to tell you for free, you would hardly. Let me say you cannot. You would hardly get a super double drawn that is in very, very long lengths. You're going to hardly get it. If you see it, it is going to be very, very expensive. Your best bet for super double drawns are from 6 inches to, no, keep the one on, I'm still using it. From 6 inches to at least 20. You can still get for 22, 24, right? Not everybody has that. But when you start talking 30 inches, 28 inches, it is hard. I'm not saying you cannot, right? It's difficult. So I just wanted to put that out there for those of you that will be seeing hairs 30 inches and they're saying super double drawn. I'm not saying it's a lie, but from experience, to see a super double drawn in very long lengths is something that is very difficult. Even when you are buying in packet hairs, let's say you have a packet hair that you know that, okay, it's good, right? Many of them do not have super double drawn in all these lengths that are above 20 inches. Does that make sense? So you can get it as double drawn, you can get them as single drawn. And the best ways to fill up, when you see those hairs that are 30 inches or 28 inches and they look like a super double drawn, what happens is instead of using 300 gram, we used 400 gram or 500 gram, because you know, the longer the hair, the even thinner it gets at the bottom. Have you ever reasoned why? It's because we cannot get super double drawn in those lengths. So when we add more hairs, it gives it more volume at the bottom. It's just simple mathematics logic, right? So I have this hair now. This is a 250 gram, and then I just use only 150, or I use only let's even say I want it more, I make it fuller, I make it like 300 gram or 350 gram. Do you notice that the hair is going to be super full, and I will not necessarily need to do much, just like this, and everything is bouncy and all shaky because it is a lot. Okay, so just felt the need to state that out there. For super double drawns, the length from the volume from the top to the bottom is almost the same, and you can almost not see any short hairs. You can almost not see any short hairs in them. Okay, so super double drawns are super bouncy. They look so luscious. You know, those moments where maybe you're outside, you're taking a walk, or you're going somewhere and you just see a woman wearing a super double drawn hair short and it's bouncy. It looks so yummy. It looks rich. That's what super double drawn is. You cannot miss it for anything. I also want to talk about hair blends. Hair blends look like human hair, but they're not. And most times it's very, very tricky to be able to tell which is a hair blend from a video, especially when you're not there in person. But this is a hair blend. One way to know a hair blend is that it does not come full most times. That's one. Two, when you put it, when when you're looking at it, it has like some very, very shiny strands. It's called a hair blend because it's a mixture of hair, the synthetic fiber, and then the human hair on its own, right? So depending on the volume of the human hair, you can either coil or not coil that wig. This one was gotten straight, but it can accept some degree of heat, which is, we coiled this at 180 degree. This has been combed out like twice, so that's why the coils is not showing as such. So for hairs like this, you can coil it even though it is hair blend. Hair blend feels like attachment. When you hold them, they have this smooth attachment feel to them. And if you look at the top of hair blends, I don't know how to explain this. They have very, very, very tiny, 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 tiny hairs, right? So you can clearly, don't know if you can see it from this video, and then it shines. Nothing has been applied on this wig. No product in any way has been applied to this wig, and yet it is shining. So these are the ways you can differentiate your hairs. And whenever you run your hand through a hair blend, you still feel that dragging what do you call it, consistency. Like, it's not, the flow is not sweet like when you are running your hand through a human hair, right? So these are some ways. If you are going to the market and this is your first time, just run your hand through it. Take it to your nose. It smells very different. It smells way different from the human hair. Human hair still smells fresh. It's like refreshing. It's like a breath of fresh air, right? It smells new. This one smells like, okay, it's not that bad. Unlike synthetic, once you see synthetic, you just know. I have one synthetic here. I was supposed to bring it out, but I did not. But I'm sure you should be able to differentiate a synthetic from a hair blend and a human hair wig at this point. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I'll be ready to answer all of the questions. I also want to use the opportunity to let you know that we have an academy called the Perma Hair Academy. In this academy, in addition to everything I've just taught you here, I'll also be teaching you lace types, frontals. People are asking, what is 13x4? What is 13x6? Closure types. Oh, people are asking, 2x6, what's that? What's Kim K? What's 2x4? What's 4x4? What's 5x5? 6x6? Oh, how can I do my own frontal constructions? How can I do illusion frontals? How can I do T frontal, T closures, right? What is lace? What are the different types of lace? You have the HD lace, you have the Swiss lace. How can I, all of those things. Then you talk about how to start the business. There's a lot to starting a hair business. I'm going to keep saying it, and I'll say it every time on this channel. Hair business is a multi-million-dollar business. However, only people who know the tricks and tips to this business get the money in the bag. Okay, and you must be ready to work. And no, you don't have to start the business with $1 million naira. And no, you don't have to know everything to start the business, but we can guide you on what exactly to start. We can coach you on how to make money from other things while on the business without necessarily selling wigs. We can teach you how to we teach you how to keep your customers coming back. We teach you how to maintain good relationship with your suppliers. And we answer the most important and obvious questions of all time. How can I ship directly from abroad, right? We're going to talk to you about it. Should you do it or should you not do it? I'm not going to tell you anything. Only people in class get that kind of information. So you're going to know all about that. What if I don't have money to ship outside? How can I start it and still get good deals? How can I make profits? Because many of us start this business, we are just surviving. We're not profitable. And I know, because I'm a living witness to all of these things I'm going to teach you, or all of the things I'm saying to you. So the program is 100K for 3 months. You're going to have 6 active weeks of learning, then 6 weeks of coaching, right? And also, if you think that, okay, a hair business is too much for me right now. I just want to learn how to revamp wigs, or we have that too for you for 30,000 naira. We do this every quarter. So the one for this quarter will be starting May and will be ending May. It's usually 2 weeks, and the next one would begin by July. So if you are not opportune to register or join this May batch, you can join and get ready. You can get ready and join the July batch. It's going to be 30,000 naira all year. We don't have intention of raising the fee, but yes, sometimes we give some promos. So if you want to know when we give promos, follow us on our Instagram page at Pama Beauty Hair. You can chat with me on WhatsApp, so you can save my number. Whenever I post status updates, you see it. You can also follow us on TikTok, because yeah, we also post that. And make sure you subscribe and share and comment, so that whenever I post any content, you'd be the first one to know about it. What else am I missing? Then if you want me to coach you or mentor you, let's say you've been making some money, but you've been just at this particular spot, you want to make more money, you want to increase your income, or you can send me a DM and we'll talk about that. Mentorship is very, very personal, so it's me and you. When you come into the DM, we'll talk more about it. Until next time, thank you so much. Remember, you will not get much from me if you just listen to me. You have to implement it. The best way to know what types of hair, as much as I am promising you that you will learn all these things online, but it's good you go out. My students, I give them assignments from time to time. Go out. I've shown you what double drawn is, a super double drawn. Go out, go to the markets near you, see what they're doing. Go to different hair vendors pages, look at what they write, look at what they post. You begin to realize some fallacies in certain things people say. People say this is a super double drawn, and you can clearly look and see that this is not a super double drawn, right? I think we've been able to debunk that myth, like all those things. This is a Brazilian hair, those plenty country names of hairs. Because you've not done your research, you fall for those things. Not every country cuts their hair, so you have to understand what countries are comfortable cutting their hair and giving us money. That is what you should believe. But of course, it's only what you are exposed to that you know. So try to get more knowledge. And on this page, I am what's the word? I'm making it my duty to give you all of the information that is necessary for you, at least to begin, and then before you think about next steps. Until next time, thank you so much, and bye.